Good to have you back on News State. The governorship election, which is due in Imo State, is just a couple of months away. At the moment, all the parties are in middle of a grueling campaign process, striving to reach out with their messages. The All Progressives Grand Alliance is supporting the candidacy of Tony Ejiogu as the party's flag bearer. He joins us now to discuss the impending election in the state. Good to have you on News Day.
Good to be here. Thanks.
All right. So I would like you to delve into the 5-point agenda of your campaign. I think I saw that not too long ago on your online profile. And why is it so crucial to this your governorship bid?
Well, thanks for the opportunity to be here. I would say that I think among all the candidates that are running for this election in November, I am the first candidate to actually release my 5-point agenda. My 5-point agenda is targeted towards rejigging the economy, basically. Top on the list is security, of course. Everybody knows that security is the most important thing in Imo State, and nothing happens in an unsafe environment. So that is why I have the first on the agenda, security. Then the second is basically government reforms that we intend to do, agro-revolution that we intend to carry out, the digital economy, and all that. So these are practically targeted towards stimulating what I call the microeconomic engines, so that we can create more revenue internally and create opportunity for our team in youth to get engaged meaningfully. And pretty much that is basically tackling some of the microeconomic indices within the state and making sure that we have a robust economy in Imo State. That's part of it.
All right.
All right. I think last week or earlier in the week, we had Ejiogu of the PDP come here and said unkind things about the present governor of the state and his role, his perceived role in the insecurity in the state. Of course, we know that building up to that particular election in November, the army have said they will release about 2,300 army to probably marshal things across the state. I look at it and say that for you, how are you perceiving this election from a security standpoint? Because a lot of people, the impression some are given from Imo State stems from the fact that Hope Uzodimma is on the path of do or die. Is that what you're sensing? And as we build up to that, give us your impression about how you intend to approach these elections.
Well, look, I saw the clip about Ugochinyeri's appearance here. And sincerely, I want to run a different campaign. I want to run an issue-based campaign. I am a new entrant in this game. And I am not a nominal politician. But I will tell you one thing, and which I think I speak the mind of every Imolite. The terrain is there's this palpable fear in Imo State. It's a situation where you can move from a state of calm to chaos in the next minute. So it's quite unpredictable. You can feel that in the environment. However, I wouldn't want to make remarks or comments regarding the incumbent governor, because that's not what I'm here. I'm here to give Imolites an opportunity to sign a new social contract. I'm here to provide solution to our crumbling economy. I'm here to provide solution to restoring peace and rebuilding Imo State, so that our people can feel safe once again, our communities can be livable once again, and businesses can thrive. That's why I'm here. However, though, if you look around, if you drive around Imo State today, you don't feel the sense of an upcoming election like we've seen in the past. You don't see a lot of billboards on the streets. You don't see those things. Why is that so? Because there is a law that says you must pay 54 million naira in order for you to put up your billboards and all those things. We think these laws are repressive to giving other candidates and aspirants opportunity to give the Imolites an opportunity to view them. You understand?
But why hasn't this been challenged in court?
We have, actually. We have. The IPAC, which is the Association of Political Parties, have actually done that. But we don't know what will come out of that. But you see, I choose to go a different path. I choose to get around and get my voice heard and talk about issues and my solution to those issues and take over the social media space. That's what I want to do.
All right. If you don't mind me saying, but earlier you alluded to the fact that once you're able to tackle insecurity,
absolutely,
other things will follow, as it were. But what about non-state actors, especially those touting, self-autonomy for the Southeast? What are your thoughts on that? Especially, they've also had activities in Imo State as well, not just the region as a whole.
Yes, that is true. Talk about the non-state actors. There are different drivers to that. And I wouldn't want to say the non-state drivers are just those that are proponents to succession, from the Nigerian state. But like I said in one of my interviews in the past, I said it is important for us to ask ourselves, how did we get here? It's important to do a self-examination of the state of the state before now. You understand? And once we're able to do that, we can actually start proffering solutions to these things. The situation is real. There is a lot of anger. There is a lot of agitation. Let's not beat around the bush in that. But I feel that if we can do what I call restoring democratic accountability to the local levels, it's going to be, that is providing channel for dialogue and negotiations. It's going to start at least rebuilding the lost trust and confidence that the people have with the government. You understand? People are agitated. There's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of opportunity drain. Like you have the brain drain as well. These things can cause a lot of agitation. So we have to ask, why are these things happening? What are their grievances? How can we address this? Let's get on a table and talk. You can't fight an ideology with guns and bullets. You have to also approach it with a superior ideology. And I think that is where the government is missing it. We had it sometime in this country with the Niger Delta region, where the federal government provided amnesty. So there are opportunities to come to the table and talk and dialogue. People want to be heard. People want to feel that the government is close to them. You can't beat a child and tell him not to cry. It's not going to work. So that is the situation we find ourselves in Imo State, where you want to use force and control people, whereas there are no evidence of democracy. The critical infrastructure that must be made available, there are no jobs. Even when there are jobs, there are no opportunities for our people to participate in them, and they can't even get paid as at when due. These are issues. And I will give you one example, even on the global part of it, on the national part of it, like the Dangote refinery. The Dangote refinery enjoyed a lot of patronage from the government. Even on the debt equity financing blend for the refinery, the CBN alone on the debt financing part of it invested over 125 billion. And this was done hoping that the refinery would address some of the macroeconomic indices such as unemployment and inflation and all that. But just a few months ago, I read that Dangote refinery employed over 11,000 Indians. That means 11,000 jobs have been denied for Nigerians. Why? Because they are not employable to do these jobs. They don't have the requisite skill set to do these jobs. Do you understand? So these are issues that we must do. In a way, it's almost a cliche that, the only industry you have is hotel. That must change. Industries must come up.
All right, just before we go, looking at how things are playing out, political actors within the state will say that there is the PDP, the APC, and ABGAD used to be a distant third force. But Labour Party seem to have actually gained that particular momentum. So as we actually approach the elections, how do you seek to push ABGA at par with the PDP and the APC to ensure that you guys can garner enough votes? Because as it stands right now, there seem a lot of talks are that APGA are very, very far behind in terms of popularity in the states.
Briefly, please.
Well, let me say this very clearly. APGA is a major political party in this country who have a national outlook. APGA used to be, I say used to be, the party that is dominant in the Southeast. In 2018, 2019, yes, the party suffered a setback in Imo State, but that has changed now. We are not talking about political parties right now. We are actually talking about who is the candidate. The people of Imo State must go away from that total departure from what used to be about political parties. Now, how do you stand par to par with all the candidates of the political parties you've mentioned? I am representing APGA. The other gentleman is representing PDP.
But regardless of what you say, your face will not appear on the ballot box. It's your party.
It's the party.
Well, the party that will appear on the ballot box. On the ballot paper, rather.
That's correct. But we represent the only credible alternative to Ndimo as it stands today. The Labour Party you're talking about is Peter Obi. The gentleman just came out of PDP and automatically enlivened the consciousness, political consciousness of the youth. That gave people like me hope. And that is what I'm bringing to Imo State today. So people must look away from PDP. It has failed us in Imo State. APC has failed us in Imo State. APGA is the only alternative, and I represent that hope, and I represent the new future for Imo State.
All right, we'll let the people decide that, but I like your optimism. Well, we've run out of time, unfortunately. Tony Ejiogu, APGA Imo governorship candidate, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank you for being a part of the show.
Thank you so much.